the CRD, it's
5 p.m.
is it now? You're coming back? Okay, I gotta wait anyways.
Right.
She was on me about starting things late. And here we are, we're all jammed up. What do we let usually let people speak? 2 minutes, 3 minutes? 2 minutes.
One of the candidates for the ROTC program, and they're asking them for letters of support. Would you sign it?
Absolutely. Just write it.
Absolutely. Okay.
I'd be happy to.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make it.
Follow graduate too.
Now is the time and the place for a public hearing. Would the clerk please read the short title?
Okay, the first public hearing will be relative to item 28 that's on the regular agenda. It is revolving the revocation of the special use permit granted to 623 through 625 Wolf Street.
Thank you. And our first speaker will be Zutong Wu. Did I get that right? Yes. Okay, thank you.
Zitong Wu, I am the Plan Examiner 2 in the Office of Zoning Administration. Today I'm act on behalf of Jake Dishaw, the Zoning Administrator, to request the revocation of the special use permit SP-03-29 and SP-03-29M1. Okay, so based on the report and findings from the Zoning Administrator, the owner of the property at 623-25 Wolf Street violates the conditions in the approved special use permits SP-03-29 and SP-03-29M1. And that's the ground for the revocation. I'm going to go through the owner's violations of conditions contained in the special use permit. As evidenced on the page 9 to 11 of the report and condition 1 of the special use permit, the owner fails to maintain the property in a neat and orderly condition at all times. During the business operation in 2024, as evidenced by the Syracuse Police Department, there are more than 80 complaints filed to the property regarding guns and gunshots, loud music, and illegal car parking. On September 14, 2024, there was a shooting and stabbing happened on the property and caused 3 persons injured. All the evidence suggests that the owner is clearly in violation of the condition 1 to maintain the property in a neat and orderly manner. And then, as noted on the page 11 of the report and condition 3 of the special use permit, the owner fails to maintain necessary licenses to lawfully operate as a bar. Recent submitted documents by the owner indicated that the business operates as a bar involves alcohol sales. However, city finds that the business had relinquished its liquor license to the New York State Liquor Authority. Therefore, this suggests that the property is in violation of the condition 3 to maintain the license necessary to operate as a bar. So based on the contents of the report, the zoning administrator recommends and requests the Common Council vote to revoke the special use permit SP-03-29 and SP-03-29M1. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wu. Okay, now we'll entertain some of the public. Here, I'll ask for, is there anyone here to speak in favor of the proposal? Please, anybody here?
Just go by the cards. Just go by the name. That's all. Just go by the name.
Excuse me, hold it. We'll go for, we're going by the cards, I guess. So there's Peter McGinnis.
Peter McGinnis? Yeah.
Oh, Peter.
You can just turn them over.
Wolf's Den Bar on Wolf Street, right next to Tommy's. My
Before you
business has
Peter,
suffered.
before you go on any further, all the members of the public, you'll have 2 minutes to speak. So go ahead, Peter.
Tommy's has overtaken my parking lot, causing no parking for my people to come in. Plus, they have their clientele has been obnoxious to all my customers walking through the parking lot. And the loud noise and the parties caused me to lose business on my business because my people have no place to park. And they're afraid to go down the sidewalks because they're covered with people. I mean, I have a video, but you don't want to see it. So therefore, I don't think they should be allowed to reopen. I've worked too hard on my business to upkeep it and build it, to let it go down. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. McGinnis. Octavia Gearhart.
My name is Octavia Gernhardt, and I live on the north side. I'm a north side resident. I live on Danforth Street. And I am also a hospice nurse, and I work overnight. And I've gone by Tommy's. I kind of go around and check my neighborhood when I got called out. And one morning I went by Tommy's at 4 a.m. and they were still serving. I did call 911. I've gone by several times when there's been crowds of people kind of out in the street, disorderly and looking kind of inebriated. So, and also Peter has a wonderful business next to them, and I know he's had real troubles, including being threatened. So I don't think he mentioned that, but the place has just been a problem constantly, and it really does need to be shut down. So thank you.
John Meyer.
My name is John Meyer, and I wanted to pass along the views from our neighborhood group, Washington Square Task Force. We're also a neighborhood watch group beforehand. And for the last 5 months, the main topic of conversation and people coming up has been about this bar, including people awoken at night and people actually getting involved with direct confrontation with the crowds that gather out on Wolf Street. And some people even 2 blocks away. So this has been an ongoing problem which the neighbors have voiced their opinion. And it takes up a lot of time of police resources because the police, and I was sitting there, directly reported that a couple times they had major operations there. So you're pulling out police resources that are stretched thin in this city to go down to this kind of nonsense, you know, with the cars and everything else. So it becomes that kind of behavior that not only affects that immediate area of bars, but goes into the residential areas blocks away. So I wanted to pass that on from the group. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Meyer. April Moore.
Hi, I'm April Moore, and I live at 711 2nd North, just a few doors down from Tommy's. And for the past 2 years, it's been hell living in the neighborhood. The only disruption in the past would be the ballpark, maybe fireworks. Being woken up at 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, people urinating with the Ring camera on, being videotaped, blocked driveways, constant pop-up parties, like for hours. And all I can say is, thank you, Captain Metz. He's made a big difference in the quality of my life. So, no, they shouldn't be open, bad actors, and horrible neighbor.
Thank you. Okay, is there anybody else who wants to speak in favor of the proposal? Is there anybody who wants to speak in opposition to the proposal? Is there anybody else who want to speak in opposition to the proposal? Is there anyone else who would like to speak regarding the proposal? Hearing none, I call this public hearing closed.
Do we talk about the other one now?
We're going to do the other one, too.
No, we do.
Now is the time and place for a public hearing. Would the clerk please read the short title?
Yes, President Pro Tem. This item is relative to item number 27 on the regular agenda.
29.
It's a special
29?
29, authorizing the revocation of a special use permit granted to 4141 South Salina Street.
Mr. Tolner.
Sorry.
Good evening, council. My name is Christian Tolner. I'm the Director of Zoning. I'm here acting on behalf of Jake DeShaw, the zoning administrator, today to request revocation of the special use permit SP 2309 at 4141 South Salina Street. From here on in, I'll refer to the special use permit SP 2309 as the SUP. Based on the report and the findings by the zoning administrator, the business, Taste of Brooklyn Sports Bar Incorporated, violated the conditions of approval for the special use permit and as grounds for revocation pursuant to the Syracuse zoning ordinance, Article 5, Section 5.4B3F3. I'll walk you through the findings briefly, which are in respect to the failure to comply with the SUP's conditions, which have had a detrimental effect on the character and development of the surrounding properties in the neighborhood. To briefly summarize the city's position, the Taste of Brooklyn, a bar with live entertainment, repeatedly operated past 10 p.m. and is in clear violation of the terms and conditions of the special use permit, which states that the hours of operation are to be from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. as seen in Exhibit 2 of your packets, or of the report. The failure to timely close has culminated in multiple acts of violence, including 2 deaths, along with noise complaints on the property. The city respectfully submits that the history of violations of the SUP, namely the hours of operation at the property, warrant revocation of special use permit. The property owner has submitted a letter, which I wish to pass out right now.
Later. You just give them to me. You can just give it to me.
Basically, this letter is just the property owner in support of revoking the special use permit at this location. Does council have any questions?
Thank you, Mr. Tolner. I'm going to go by what you're doing.
Just one second. For the 2 city representative, can you both give me the correspondence that you read for the minutes? Yeah. The correspondence that you read, would you like to submit it? Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Sean Nelson.
Live out 108 Hobart Ave. I like to, talk about the Taste of Brooklyn. I know the hours were set for 10. We didn't know how to change it. The architect retired. As the business grew, we wanted to expand the hours. We didn't know how to do that. I know there was a point system. We were never aware of the points accumulated. We never got a chance to correct anything in the point system. If we were aware of an issue, we were, we supplied security 7 days a week. We're the only bar in Syracuse that has security 7 days a week. We spent over $12,000 just in security a month. We try to exhaust every resource. We've reached out to every individual we could, including police chiefs, on how to correct this. So it's and I understand safety is a extensive matter. We've tried as hard as we can and reached out to officials to help us because certain things were out of our control. If you go through the reports and administrative hearing, you will see the testimony that most of everything didn't happen inside of the bar. They were outside sources, things that happened and occurred, like with the 13-year-old boy, that had nothing to do with the bar, but because the parking lot, are at fault, and there's also other businesses there, and we've been trying to reach out, trying to figure out how to change, and we think that we deserve another chance to sit down with officials on how to conduct a better business. We have over 30 employees that are out of work. We've never had an intention to promote violence. We've always been anti-violence. We've done a lot of fundraisers, charity events. We did book bag giveaways, gave away 500 book bags last summer. We've always been for the community, and we always look to our officials to help us figure out how to maneuver better. And we were never aware of any of the points they accumulated all in one day when they were assessed. So we've never really had a time to sit down and adjust anything. I think that's it.
Thanks, Mr. Nelson. Kathy Strigley. She heard me. You got to get your ears checked there. Strigley was in the back row, like 9 o'clock Mass at the Most Holy Rosary.
Sorry. Kathy Stribley, 316 Monticello Drive North. I live just a few blocks south of Valley Plaza, and I've been a homeowner there since 1985. I'm an active member of the Valley TNT and responsible for reporting on and responding to planning issues in the sector. And I'm also a member of FON, which is a group trying to get a grocery store into the plaza. And we operate a market on Saturdays and Wednesdays. We've had a bar in this location since 1975, and we've never had a lot of issues. This year, or since this has been approved, and I testified at the hearing that I would like to give the applicant the benefit of the doubt. But since he is open, we've had nothing but issues, shootings, assaults, loud music, open until 2 or later in the morning. I have a diagram of the neighborhood which shows there are houses within 250 feet of the back of this bar, and they are disturbed by the activity at this bar all the time. And then over on Fillmore, we have more residents that are across the parking lot, which are also impacted by the noise, and you can hear the noise all over the neighborhood. The City Planning Commission told him he had to have the music in the center of the space and keep the doors closed. None of that's happened. But he's advertising, attracting very large crowds. The crowds overflow. The space is big enough for about 40 to 50 people. He must attract hundreds, according to what we understand. And so what's happening is we've got a huge attractive nuisance in that area. It's not just the parking lot. So, and I have a copy of this if you'd like it.
I'll take it.
Elvin Sullivan.
Hi, my name is Alvin Sullivan. and I live on 120 Dawes Avenue, right across from, actually, 2 lots away from Little Caesars, right across from the Valley Plaza. And my issue is, there used to be a barber shop that's on 105 Dawes Avenue. It opened up, I think, a year ago. It caused chaos. And I think 41010 now is their previous location. We was never informed that that area was gonna be another venue. So I want y'all guys to look into that. I have no issue with the Brooklyn thing. I have an issue with the 4110 and the 105 Dawes Avenue issue. Because last summer they opened up and they caused a whole bunch of chaos. And y'all guys already know the valley area is a mess right now. So if y'all guys could look into those addresses, I highly appreciate it. It's gonna be the 4110 and the 501 Dawes Avenue, strictly across from Little Caesars. And my house is 2 lots down from there. And that's what I want y'all guys to look into. And we was never informed that they was gonna open up 4110. And I noticed they've been going in there and they set up, and it's gonna be like something where they could go and rent it out for parties and whatever they're gonna do with it. That's my concern. Because at the end of the day, like everybody else in here, I like to sleep good at night as well. So y'all
Thank you.
look into that one.
Thank you, Mr. Sullivan.
Yo, absolutely.
Robin Baker.
Hello, my name is Robin Baker. I live at 123 Fillmore Ave, and I am here in favor of revoking the special permit for Taste of Brooklyn. It has affected my home, my neighborhood, and I'm definitely in support of revoking it. As far as the violence, and like the owner said, he's concerned about the neighborhood and about the violence, and so am I for my family. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Baker. Kamar Boatman.
How you doing? Kumar Boatman. I reside on 124 Melbourne Ave. It's a little touchy topic for me, so give me a few minutes. First off, I hear a couple people come up and say what they want to say. I've been in the entertainment industry in Syracuse since 2013. Produced over 60 plus events, part of concerts. Mr. Nelson here, I don't know if y'all understand. I don't know if y'all business owners. This man been talking about bringing this club to the city of Syracuse since 2015. In my driveway. Hours talking about, yo, Brody, this is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it happen. The man go to make it happen, and it's like, we're from a community that's neglecting the, the connection of the black man. I ain't gonna hold back nothing. Know what I'm saying? The lady came up here. I'm from that area. I used to have a youthful reputation of gangbanging in that area. Y'all ain't never shut down no Arab stores when nobody died. So for sure. My name is Kamar Boatman. Like, I did 13 years altogether in the prison system. I changed my life. So to see a black man come from where I come from, he trying to do right for his community, and he don't got no support, this shit is pitiful. And something got to just change in this community. I've been moving around the last 2 months, seeing what's going on in other communities. North Carolina nightlife, the Houston nightlife. Like everybody, the black people, and then they come with the common council, or they come with the powers that be, and they make it right, they make it structured. I sat down here with a couple people on this common council panel, and I got something that'll make y'all not thinking about the future. Everybody running from this city. I don't know if y'all pay attention to Facebook, but ain't nothing to do here. You got to get in the car, jump on the plane, $2,000 or $3,000 got to be spent to have fun in this community if you're a black person. I'm coming from the point where I done went down in Frank Fowler when I was the first person they attacked with community relations because of my past.
Mr. Boatman.
No, it's heartfelt though.
I know. I understand.
But what
Mr.
I'm saying
Boatman.
is this is though got to be somewhere come across where y'all can't just shut the man down. I hear the community people saying, all right, put him somewhere, then put us somewhere. All right, if y'all know what's going on with gang activity, y'all got the data. Make it fair for the businessman though.
Sure, Mr. Boatman.
Yes, sir.
We're limited on time here. We have another meeting, so I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to
All right,
talk.
all I'm saying is this though. Before y'all make this, give us some. Like I said, I don't know how many of y'all own businesses. I really don't. Feel me? A lot of people get the paycheck is easy. The entrepreneur is the hardest thing. You going on faith. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Mr. Boatman, I'd like to get to the next
I'm about
person.
to give me a second.
Well, I gave you more than the allotted time now.
He ain't give me no time frame though, sir. Respectfully, he ain't tell me I had to be 1 minute.
Well,
because this don't just affect him. This affect a lot of other people too.
Mr. Boatman.
Yeah.
You've made your point. We appreciate
What's my
it. We're
point
listening
then? I'm asking, what's my point?
I said you made your point.
What's my
and
point?
What side you? This isn't a question and answer thing. We're just trying to get through this so we can talk to everybody and make sure.
But this is
everybody
where we
gets to
go
talk.
again. We're from a community that's not really want to do a reality.
Sir,
y'all trying to close the man shit down.
Mr. Boatman, could you please let somebody else?
Come on, look at me.
He getting defensive with me.
Look at me.
Yeah.
They announced it was 2 minutes, okay? Could you do this for me? Thank you.
I'm just saying he get defensive with me. Like, I don't.
We'll get 2
shit on
minutes.
Me, like, I don't
Thank
care
you.
about all that power and all that shit.
2 minutes. 2 minutes, come on.
Y'all be scaring these people. I don't know y'all fear me. Nobody fear me when it comes to this money. Y'all be y'all be tucking y'all tail. I ain't the black person that tucking my tail. I'm gonna speak what's on my mind. Y'all be fucking with people, money, people livelihood, and y'all don't even know it. I was the first person that SPD was attacking with this nightlife shit. I know from personal experience. This thing gonna cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to shut my shit down. And I know he gonna feel it too. I'm just saying, y'all ain't no business on this, y'all know the feeling. Ain't nobody ever gonna tell you you can't do business when you gonna bust your ass.
Talk to the counselors afterwards. They're the ones who determine it.
I'm just saying, nobody knows the feeling. And then you got people, make the right shit we can win this. As black men, we don't got shit in this community. We don't got nothing as a black man. We 30% of the city, but we only on 1% of it. I'm definitely ain't scared of nothing like that. I'm speaking my heart. Y'all fucking people money up. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't care. Y'all still getting paid. So you trying to take something from a man that if y'all let him go for 5 years, he gonna provide at least 100 jobs for the community.
Pat, call the next person, please.
All that shit don't mean nothing, bro. You can speak me whatever they gonna bell me in the morning. I'm speaking my mind. I ain't like, you know what I'm saying, though? All that, see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all gonna get the police.
Okay,
Cerise. This is shit we go through, though. You made your point.
Yeah.
That ain't fair, but shit.
Come on.
It ain't fair. You think I'm supposed to be scared of you? That shit be crazy, though. The first thing I do is call the police, though. Nobody's scared of a motherfucking cop. Y'all gotta go home and like, y'all crazy shit around here, man. What is this guy doing? Did I get now so I speak the truth?
Cerise Nelson.
Sir, can you close the door, please?
Good afternoon. My name is Syracuse Nelson.
Close the door, please.
Thank you.
I am one of the general managers for Taste of Brooklyn Sports Bar. What I'd like to say is tap into what my brother said. We didn't have a lot of help. We didn't have the resources, the map to figure things out. When we opened this business, safety was the main priority. And we reached out to a lot of sources, SPD, Sheriff's Office. No one would help. We sat there and asked them, well, can we get a cop in the plaza? They said no. I'm like, I got a substation sitting in the plaza. Oh, nobody uses it. Since then, since we've been closed, it's been cops sitting in that plaza every night, 2, 3 of them, in that same substation that they say that y'all don't use. So the taxpayers are just shelling out dollars for no reason. The camera system they put in the parking lot, that's been gone since we've been closed. Same thing, taxpayer dollars that were being used to monitor gang activity, but seemed like it wasn't. You got Jake Dishaw's flunkies, who he uses to manipulate the system and do whatever they want to do. You can laugh all you want to. I'm not laughing with you. So find you some kids to play with. I'm not laughing with you. All right, so turn that way, stop looking at me. Laugh that way. I'm not somebody to play with. Jake Dishaw has been a pain in our side. He does not want to see black businesses thrive at all. Even when we try to sit down with him and get some help and clarity on moving forward. He showed us exactly who he was. He's a snake, a two-headed hydra. Like I said, we never had no help. We offered to pay $500. They said, oh, we don't have any cops on staff, but y'all got cops sitting downtown all the time. Y'all talk about violence in the parking lot that we cannot control. They want to talk about the property owner that's in support of us being revoked, but we asked him for security. Why are we paying you $1,600 a month in rent and you won't even put a security in the parking lot? Since we've been closed, the new store that's down there, Cure Leaf Smoke Shop, has been vandalized 6 times. 6 times in 3 months. Literally, they even took a car and ran a car through it to rob it. Where the police at then? Nowhere to be found.
Mr. Nelson, thank you for your words. If you have anything, any kind of paperwork, you could submit them.
No, I got video evidence of the cops sitting in the parking lot when they said they don't use that substation numerous times. Since we've been closed, they literally sit in the parking lot, but that's what, it's okay. They sit there and waste taxpayer dollars and chew up the clock and.
Okay, we're talking about this.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm talking about.
Those other, I'm glad you're bringing those other issues out, but your time is up and I'm going to.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who'd like to speak? State your name and your address, miss, if you could.
Hello, my name is Chanel Pickard, and I live at 108 Hobart Ave in the Valley. I've been living there for about over 15 years, and I'm just here to address one of the statements that one of the ladies came up to complain about in the Valley. Taste of Brooklyn, yes, we are in the plaza. However, we're not the only bar in that area when it comes to noise complaints. So there is 2 other bars, no, actually 4 other bars, 2 gas stations, corner stores, which stay open past 2 and 3 and 4 a.m. So I feel like that we have to condition our mind to believe that all the activity is not coming from Taste of Brooklyn. It's a number of things. It's people driving down the street, playing music, blasting music, sitting in parking lots. A lot of the people who caused the problems that came to Taste of Brooklyn, they didn't even step foot inside Taste of Brooklyn. The problem is the parking lot, which we cannot control because it's just too big. And we came to this area because before we were in a smaller parking lot, which we were told that we need larger spaces for our customers to be able to park. So now we came to the Valley Plaza, and now the issues always stem from the plaza. And I'm just standing here to address that noise come from different entities around the whole area, whether it's corner stores, which is like 4 of them, which in a proximity of less than a mile from each other, the gas stations, the other 2 bars, and just the neighborhood, the urban neighborhood, period. Everybody's up all night. If you go outside at 4 o'clock in the morning, people is just walking around like it's 2 p.m. during the day. So that's just the activity of the neighborhood. It's live, period. Thank you.
Thank you, miss. Would anybody else like to speak? Would anybody else like to speak? Okay, hearing none, I'll call this meeting to a close.
One more.
You got one?
Can you guys make sure you state your name when you come up? Did you get that person prior? What was the person, I'm sorry, what was the person's name who just spoke? Chanel, can you, Chanel, what is your, can you fill out a yellow card just so you can go on record? Because, yeah, right in the back. And will you do it as well? even though I know who you are.
Yeah, I'll be brief. My name is Vera Howington. I live at 604 Lodi Street, and I'm here standing in support of Taste of Brooklyn, basically from the premise that it's a black man trying to do something good. He's trying to support his family, and he's trying to employ folks who need to be employed. When Taste of Brooklyn was shut down, a lot of his employees went without, and that to me was a disservice. Everything that I've heard and read, what I feel is missing is support. Support that this black man needed to make his company, his establishment successful. I feel like the cards were stacked against him from day one. They want, the powers that be are trying to peg him as a certain person that he's not. He's just trying to bring a business to the community to give entertainment to people who otherwise don't know where else to go, for lack of a better explanation. I think that if the city were to put as much energy in trying to tear them down as to build them up and to help them, they would be successful.
Would anybody else like to speak to this? Anybody like to speak to this proposal? Please state your name and your address.
Yes, my name is Akila Copeland, and my address is 604 Lodi Street in Syracuse, New York. And I just wanted to say that I am in full support of Taste of Brooklyn staying open. He is, Sean is my brother-in-law, and he's just trying to do something good for the community. I've worked at Taste of Brooklyn. I frequent there a lot, and without Taste of Brooklyn, where else is there to go? As a minority, where else is there to go? And without Taste of Brooklyn in the presence that it had in the community, I feel like there really isn't anywhere else for us to have any entertainment or to enjoy ourselves or even to have a simple drink, because all of these other establishments, unfortunately, just don't want us there. I am in agreement with Vera, who's my mother. He just needs the support. He needs the help. And there's a lot of situations that happen that are out of his hands. And I feel as though, and what I've observed, he just doesn't have the help to have a successful business and a longevity in it. Where's the police presence? Where is guards? Anything. That parking lot is one of the main things as to why there are situations that happen, and there's nothing in place to help that. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody who would like to speak to this proposal? Anybody else? Okay. Hearing none, I'll call this public hearing closed.
It's two
Councilor
names.
Gathers, thank you.
Two names missing.
Okay, well, send you
Frank,
my-
you can take that. The last one is two names. I couldn't read it.
Oh, it's early, it's early. Mayor, are you working next week? Are you working next week on the other, or are you off? Oh. Yeah, I was trying to do the same. Maybe the week after that. I just want to have some time with you. Okay. Yeah. I'll send you. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna send you. I do have your cell phone, so I'll send you a few days and times and let you know. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Hey, how are you? Is it for me? Okay. Oh, yes.